Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of the Binding of Isaac Repentance, and today I have a mission, and the mission is to play as Tainted Eve and try to beat Mega Satan. And the reason for that is because it has a special unlock, which I will like a lot. I tried to rhyme that, but it didn't really work. So we'll just see where it goes from here, man. She has a few special mechanics. I've tried playing as her once, and I can say that she's either really busted or she's extremely weak. And you can see why she would be weak from the get-go, because like your damage is okay, but your tear rate is absolutely horrible. And it just takes so much to kill some of these enemies. And maybe I could be a little braver, but honestly with the new shot speed increase, I'm not taking any freaking chances. But basically how she works is that every time you shoot, you can see that there's a little blot tier which appears at the top of her head, and what this indicates is that as long as you're pressing the button, it's gonna increase, and when it fills up, you're gonna spawn a blot clot, which is gonna copy your stats to some extent. I think the damage is less, but it copies your tear effects, it copies your shots, it copies your tear rate and all that jazz. Great movie, by the way. It just basically makes you have more shots, more effective shots, and it's really good if you can get a lot of blood clots, if you can get a way to restore your health to some extent, or if you can get a good synergy, maybe some tier rate upgrades. But without it, it's pretty miserable. You have to play really well, I think, on the early floors. You need to get some items, and then I think she pops off. And maybe you need some specific items to really make her work. But like a lot of other characters, especially the new ones, she does have some unique mechanics which change the natural balance of the game to some extent, and I do like that a lot. Now, I'm not sure if I like her for now. She does seem like she's a little bit high risk, high reward kind of character, and in my case, what I like doing, she also has a mechanic like regular Eve, where she turns into Whore of Babylon, and she just becomes a lot stronger. And the way to do it, the safest way to do it is to have one red health. Okay, maybe with this, guys, it's actually gonna be a good idea. Then you pop your blood clot, and then you get essentially Mom's Knife, which deals a ton of damage, and obviously you can just roast enemies with it. And then you suck your blood clot back up, and then you can turn again in the next room. Now you might ask me why. Well, why don't you just use all of your health and just get a ton of blood clots to help you do damage? And the reason is because blood clots actually count as health if they're out, and that means that as long as you have at least one, I mean, obviously not at least one. So as long as you have at least one, I'll show you. If you have at least one when you enter a room, then you won't keep your transformation. And for some reason, it works with one red health, and if you have more than that, it doesn't work. And it's just kind of weird. But yeah, this is the safest way, because you can always suck the blood clot back up and get more health, right? And you keep the transformation. So you can just kind of... it's a little trick to make her a bit stronger. Okay, this is gonna be the kind of room where I don't want to have health out, but yeah. So this is by far the safest way to play with her for now. Okay, that was a bit awkward. Almost ended up dying there. And I feel like this is something that's gonna get fixed really soon, because this feels unintended. Or if it is unintended, then I guess that's great, because that's essentially the only way I found her to make her playable, especially in the early floors, at least until you get some items. The range up is great. I'm not gonna say no to this, and I'm just gonna go the alternate path. I tried doing one run before, one run, that rhymes, and I ended up getting interrupted in the middle of it, just as I was fighting Colostomia. And that boss, I mean, it's difficult. It has a ton of HP. I like it. He's great in the sense that he's very visually appealing, but good lord, like that particular boss can take a while, especially in this case, because I don't have a lot of health. I mean, just damage output as Eve, unless you have a ton of blood clots. But even now, you can see that it takes kind of forever for me to kill some of these enemies, and they're not hard enemies. So it's a bit unfortunate in that regard. Range down, I mean, that doesn't matter. So yeah, then when I came back, there was a bomb right next to me, and I didn't have enough time to react, and I died. So that was lame. But I did it. I have to say, when I got home today, I was thinking, wow, Isaac feels so good today. I really want to play some Isaac. So I sat down, no second thoughts, and I just started playing. I didn't even eat. That's how much Isaac felt good to me today. And I'm not taking any prisoners. I'm here to win, and that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna play the best game of my life after the loss that happened previously. And you have my promise. I'm not gonna get hit a single time on this run. To be proven. To be proven. It's not. I can't say things about the run retroactively. So Proptosis. I mean, honestly, you're gonna steal my. You want my charges, son of a bitch? Huh? You want my charges? Take them. Take my charges, son of. Okay, die. Now Proptosis. Great item. I can. The good thing about it is because I can send my little blood clots right into someone's face as long as there's a rock to kind of go up against. So it's good in that regard. So maybe it's gonna turn out. Okay, so the damage is kind of insane right now, and I love it. Now all I need is tear rate, and then that's basically all I need, and so maybe some tear effects. Okay, when it said the damage is insane, I really mean it's like doing. It's actually pretty good because these bosses have more health than regular versions. I've really gotten a lot of practice against these flies, the flies which go around you. So I feel like I'm particularly adept at dodging them. But because we're going Mega Satan, I don't know, maybe it didn't sound right. We're going the Mega Satan route. I will not go to this devil deal. And I've been thinking about the strategy for when you should go into these devil deals and when you shouldn't. And I do think the right answer is if you can afford to get something for the devil deal, like if there's potential for you to buy something because you have some health, then you should always go for it. Oh, right. I need to do this. There we go. Now I have full health and I can actually enter this. Oh, that's so good, actually. Tears up and some health to help me with my troubles. So if you have some health to spare and if you think you can get something, then you should always go because there could be a really good item in there, right? Like you can get Brimstone and that's just a one run from the get-go, or maybe some damage upgrades, and obviously that's always useful. But if you can't afford it, or if you know that you're gunning for an unlock, like in this case I'm trying to go to Mega Satan, I've decided ahead of time, then you should skip the first one because you're guaranteed an angel deal on the second floor. Now, ideally, if you were to play optimally, then you should enter the first devil deal because there's always a chance it's Krampus or you get something from it, like say red chests, which give you spirit cards, and you don't technically have to take devil deals, which means there's still a chance for you to get angel deals, which means that you're gonna get them on the next floor. In that case, like the most optimal play is to go to the devil deal because it's basically just free extra stuff, or at least potential to get free extra stuff. So I don't think that in the general case it's a good idea to skip the first devil deal unless, like I said, you have a very concrete reason why you don't want to. Like say you know that you're gonna play a run, or you have certain items where you can't spare any red health, then in that case I think skipping the first one is fine. Or because you're trying to do unlocks, obviously. So that's also good. It just gives you a little bit more flexibility. Now, if you're the kind of person who thinks devil deals are really bad now and just want to go to angel deals, hey, don't let me stop you. just do whatever you want to do. And the D4 is actually... Are we gonna have a zany run, or are we gonna have a zany run? That's all I'm gonna ask right now. And because, I mean, do I just reroll? No, I'm not gonna reroll yet, because right now I have pretty good items. We'll see. Let's see what we get on the end of this floor, and then I'm gonna maybe reroll. Okay? Is that a good deal? I will, no, not maybe. I will reroll. But let me just defeat the boss of this floor. Let's save the D4 usage for a little bit later. I wonder if it's still as broken as it used to be in the previous iterations of the game. But I guess we'll find out. This guy, I love this guy. He's just... I play too much Gungeon to ever be concerned about getting hit by this guy. You have nothing. You're literally nothing. Okay, good. So I'm gonna get Mom's Underwear, and I'm gonna be very happy to reroll that for multiple reasons, actually. Okay, Get away, blood clots. Natural cure for blood clots, by the way. I mean, this is honestly, like with placenta and whatnot, it's just genuinely such a good run to not reroll, but I'ma do it. You know why? Because I love you. And it's because I've never said no to danger before. I'm a very danger pro man. That's not true. I'm probably the safest human being you'll find. It's just, for example, I don't really like theme parks. No, not theme parks. Theme parks are great, but the ones where you have rides, scary rides. What are they called? Roller coaster parks. I mean, they're called roller coaster. I don't think they're called roller coaster parks. Theme parks? Maybe they're just theme parks. I don't know. Look, don't ask me these questions. English eludes me sometimes. But yeah, I don't like it because I do have a firm belief that a human being should only go as fast as we can naturally go. Being in a car going on a roller coaster, that's way too fast, man. Humans were not built for that kind of speed, I think, at least. It's also the same argument I always make, because I'm not a fan of swimming. Like, I don't take a lot of play. Like, it's nice, like, you feel a little bit weightless. It's cool, like, it's okay. But ultimately, I'm a land mammal, and primarily, and that's it. I don't want to swim. Am I a party pooper? Well, a little bit, maybe, but more than that, I'm a land mammal. I don't want to swim. I know what you're gonna say. Well, mammals were naturally built for swimming, and you're absolutely correct. I wouldn't deny that. But do we have gills? Is my response to that, and the answer is no. We don't have gills. So I'm gonna stay on this land where it's firm and safe, and I'm just gonna enjoy that I'm debating this with someone who can't respond, thus making me always right. So thank you very much for your attention. Okay, is it reroll time? I think it's reroll time, baby. Okay, so I'm shooting really much faster. I tried to say I'm shooting really fast now. But the secret is that I'm shooting much faster. So I'm not too happy with this run. The question is, when do we stop? So I rerolled, I fulfilled my promise. I'm gonna reroll a couple more times, but the question is, when do we stop? Do we stop with the ringworm? Let's make it crazy, guys. Let's make it crazy. Okay. Too crazy. You just killed like 3 of my blood clots, stupid bomb. I don't appreciate that. 1 freaking second. What's happening? Oh, I have the veins, of course. Oh, I should have put them together. That would have been a lot nicer. I mean, a lot more optimal. I have less health than before? Oh, because I didn't get any health upgrades. Wait, so you're saying that losing health upgrades now just makes you lose health? Oh, that's such a huge nerf to the D4. I mean, it's a nerf, but it's also a fair one, because it made no sense. Why would you keep health? Where did you come from? I didn't even see you. These little worms, Diglett dudes, I swear to God, they always get me. I'm feeling zany. Can you tell in my voice that I'm feeling zany? Because I'm feeling zany. Let's reroll, baby. Please. I just can't lose the blue ones. The blue ones are valid. I can afford to lose the red blood clots. They're useless. But the blue ones, dude, that's the bread and butter. I do glad that there's multiple ones and that they're different colors. That's a really nice touch. I mean, we've said it a million times, but the attention to detail, just all the little variations that these items appear in, so good. Actually, just fantastic. And there's nothing more that I would like to add other than this is the greatest DLC that has ever graced the human God-given Earth. And it has revitalized Isaac for me to such an insane degree that I can't even begin to speak. And I'm so excited because I know that I have so much content left to unlock. And honestly, I've been kind of, I would say, I've been saving myself for the new content. That's why I haven't been playing a lot of Tainted characters. A little bit is just to get reacquainted with some of the older mechanics and just to kind of get used to some of the new enemies. But now that I've kind of unlocked most of them, it's go time, dude. Like, it's time for me to start getting these things off the post-it notes and just start unlocking some new crazy items which I haven't seen before. And it's gonna be so much fun. I don't like this run. Oh, Okay, now we have 12 damage here, and we have piercing shots. Is this where we stop? Is this where we stop? This seems like a good stopping point. Please die. Thank you. Oops. Don't kill my blood clots. I know lately blood clots just aren't on a good name, just in a good name basis. You know, with all the vaccines and whatnot. If you're from Denmark, I have to give some props to your ministers, or like whoever's running the government there. The fact that they've kind of banned. But I mean, this is a two-way street. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Denmark basically banned 2 different vaccines because of the increased incidence of blood clots, right? And this incidence is statistically significant. So at this point, it's not just being insane. Now, is it still a good idea to get vaccinated by, say, AstraZeneca or Johnson & Johnson? Absolutely, like, because the chance of getting... The chance of it being more helpful than harming you is it's just like it's a net positive. And it's like such a crazy net positive that you wouldn't think twice if someone presented you that choice in a monetary fashion. It's like, hey, do you want to? I'm just making these numbers up. This is not accurate, but it's just an example. If someone said, oh, you have a chance to win $10,000 or euros, and it's a 99% chance, or you can lose $5. I guess in this case you die, so you lose a lot more than that. But you know what I'm trying to say. And there's 1% chance for that to happen. It's like, hey, dude, hit me, dude. I want the $5,000. Right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't want $5,000, but I want $5,000. I mean, want is a strong word. I wouldn't mind it. Like, I wouldn't mind it. Like, do I want it? No, not really. It's like, hey, my life's just good enough without it. Why add that complication to my life? Maybe I would speak differently if I was in a different position, for sure. Obviously, I'm a little bit privileged in some sense that I don't have to worry about money right now. But yeah, for sure, right? There's something to this. I have the white ghost. Oh my god, so cool. I will suck up most of these. Or do I? I don't know if it's a good idea, actually. No, you know what I'm gonna do? No, I'll take Pertro. And then I will re-roll with whatever I get. Hopefully, I mean, we're pretty much guaranteed to get an angel deal now. I mean, this is such a strong round. I'm probably not re-rolling it. And I didn't get it. Wow. I'll re-roll this then. Wow, even better. Best item in the game, am I right? Actually, everybody said I'm a fool. Oh my god, it's still a net positive, boy. So good, so good. I will use this, and then I can use the sun card on the next floor to heal myself up. And get even more stuff in return. Now, I wonder if the white blood clot is going to get absorbed into my health, or if it's just going to stay there forever. I guess it's going to stay there until I decide to suck it up. Now, the fact is, I need Mega Satan, and I still haven't gotten a single angel deal, and that feels kind of bad. So hopefully my luck changes soon. Well, in this lore, it's literally not up to luck. It's 100% chance to get it. So hopefully we're going to see it come to fruition, to some capacity. Okay, now I could reroll again. But this is a seriously strong run. I will keep the D4, but I'll lay off the rerolls because this is, like I said, a pretty strong run. I don't know what it is, but when you're recording something and you're talking about stuff, I mean, I think this is maybe just a habit thing, because when you teach and explain things, you have a habit of repeating things a couple of times. And like, if you're the kind of student who actually attentively listens and you've noticed this with your teachers, let me assure you, this is not because we're senile. I mean, to some extent, maybe you do forget things here and there. This is not just because we're senile, but it's actually because when you have 30 students in a class, there's always bound to be at least one which isn't really listening, and then you have to say it. Like, first, when you repeat something 3 times, you're speaking to basically 3 different audiences, because attention is fleeting in a classroom, and it's. I mean, you're giving me like this grade A trinkets, and I'm just sticking with ringworm because it's funny. I don't know what to say to you. You're testing my patience and will, but I will not waver. I will keep with the ringworm, and that is that. Actually, now seeing this, I will do Sumptorium. I wanted to use Sumptorium, not. This is the danger of my. Oh, so automatically I'm gonna get. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We reroll. We're gonna reroll a couple more times. Maybe we're gonna get a better run. I'll stick to this with this for now because I don't want to. Oh, this is good. I was saying, sorry, I get distracted so easily. It's I don't know what it is. It's just we're living in the modern century where our attention spans are basically 5 seconds a pop, and that's it. And that's literally the reason. I mean, it was always like that with kids and students, because I mean, what do you expect, right? They're going through some hormonal changes. Their youthful spirits are being constrained inside a small classroom, and it sucks. Like I'm the first one to admit it. Like it's not good. I think it's necessary. I think it builds good habits. I think it's a great place to learn and to grow. And like that's the only way to grow to some extent. You have to face some uncomfortable situations, right? But yeah, like when you're explaining something to the students, you explain it something to the first 10 students that are listening, and then you repeat yourself, and then hopefully you get the attention spans of another 10 students. And then when you explain for the third time, maybe you get the rest. That's optimistic because in reality, there's always going to be, I would say, up to 5, which just don't know what the hell is going on, no matter how many times you repeat it. But hey, that's life. That's honestly, that's life. I don't mind it. It's not a huge problem. It's just a matter. It's just a fact of life. And I think it's also kind of beautiful, right? The fact that we are so different and that we have such different ways of processing information. That's what makes... Ooh. I did decide to use some of my Clotties here. Because otherwise this guy's never gonna die. I just don't deal enough damage. Clotties? I'm calling them Clotties from now on. That sounds kind of cute. Okay, Sumptorium, suck it up. I will not say no to this. And hopefully... What is this? Power of Fate. Oh yeah, there we go. So this is the big angel. Oh my god, I have a golden dude? Oh my god, he just got frozen. The golden blood clot is the best. If you can choose to get which blood clot. I want the AstraZeneca, which gives me gold blood clots, dude. I mean, I don't want it, but if I'm gonna get a blood clot, maybe that's the best option. Holy shit, that's so decent. Sumptorium? Like, I need to do this. Perfect. Oh, no, not perfect. Okay, so that's 1 down. Let's reroll, baby. I don't know what the hell I'm experiencing right now, but it's extreme joy. Oh, I have rockets. I've taken more damage to rockets than anything else in this game so far. It's always like you think you're staying still, but no, the game thinks you're moving a little bit, and then you just shoot a rocket and blast it right in your face. It's insane. Now, Soul Locket, I think I read about it. I think it gives you a spirit heart. I actually haven't read about it. I know I got it before, and I was like, oh, this just works like the relic. I will read it. No, I know what it is. Soul Locket gives you damage based on how many spirit hearts you have. Is that correct? I think that might be correct. Or just maybe some tiers. Let's see what... Okay, my damage did not decrease as I lost the soul. So maybe that's not it. I feel like it's something to that effect. Thank you for the light show. I mean, I know the bitrate is probably suffering, but that's... Hopefully my voice gets distorted to the amount where you can start hearing a Bane impression without me doing it intentionally. I don't know why Bane. Bane impressions are just... Tom Hardy's performance in that movie is honestly... I always forget. Tom Hardy's performance in that movie, I mean, like, honestly, I'm not gonna judge a guy just doing these things for a living. I think he did a great job. But like, let's be fair. It's a little funny. The first time I heard him speak, he was like, "Oh, I barely adopted the dog." It's like, yeah, dude. How many packs of cigarettes did you smoke this week? I feel like you have to get that checked out by a pulmonologist. Pulmonologist. That sounds better. I feel like this is a reroll. Oh, the Bible. I don't know what's so excited about the Bible. It's actually, I'm excited about the Bible because I think it increases my angel deal chance, and I'm all up for that. Maybe it doesn't, but I know it instantly destroys Mom, and I'm excited about that. But then I don't have the D4 anymore. But this seems like it's a pretty good run. Actually, it does. It actually really does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You know what? No, it's sorry. No. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'll have the best of both worlds. Okay, I will find the full card, which I can use to teleport out. I will kill Mom with the Bible, teleport out, and then pick up D4 again. And don't say I never think about you. Shoot the whoop. I mean, honestly, I'll do it for posterity, but that's all I'm gonna do. I've decided it's not worth my time. I thought I had 4 health before, and I only have 3, which is weird. I don't. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it's fine. I'll take it. Please die. So yeah, I'm still not sure what the Soul Locket does. I promise I'll look it up. I mean, I promise to myself, not to you. Oh no. Can my blood clots? No, my clotties can't. I feel like they can trigger it, but they can't. Okay. Clotties, please. Why am I so afraid to touch the button? Okay, there we go. The amount of hesitation there was unreal. And I've done this room, I would say, more times than I've read the book. And it's not to say I don't read a lot, which I don't, but it's to say I've done this room a lot. Okay, so everything is up and set for me to destroy this. Bye-bye. Angel deal, please? No angel deals. So, do we want to go down, or do we want to go up? Now, I feel like the negative kind of chimes better with my general build, and also I think it's a little bit more fitting. So let's do the negative. I hope that the Mega Satan door is still in show, because if it wouldn't be, that would be a real bummer. Now, all I'm thinking is, oh, do I have rainbow tears? No. Wait, what's giving me random? Oh, I do have $3 bill. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Do I clear the rest of the floor? Why not? Let's have a nice time together. I haven't talked to you in such a long time, so. Or to myself, I guess. This case. This is a good run, and this is just the power of Tainted Eve. Once you get going, that's like this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get a ton of blood clots, or whatever you wanna call them, and then you're just gonna wreak havoc on enemies. There we go. See, it's just that simple. You just walk in, press the button twice, and everybody is dead. What a fantastic life it is. Okay, so we're done with this floor. We're kind of casually approaching. Now, the real issue is once you start losing the clotties, and it will happen, I think. Because enemies do a lot more AoE damage, and it's just kind of, it's unreliable. It's like the same with flies. As soon as you start losing flies, or there are enemies which have more HP, they just eat your, flies, and it's just insane. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to Google while talking at the same time. So, Soul Locket Isaac. Let's see what the hell this does. Gives Isaac one of the following stat boosts per half heart gained by picking up soul hearts or black hearts. Oh. Oh, I see. So every time you pick something up, that's when you get a damage or a shot speed, or I assume it's random, right? So you get a stat upgrade every time you pick up a soul heart. Okay, that's I get it. I get it. It's all you had to say. It's all you had to say. Okay, I will obviously sacrifice red health here. The mulligan. I mean, this is gonna get rerolled anyway, and I can't really get to it, so having the Hanged Man there would be fantastic. Oh, another good run that's gonna get rerolled. Of course, I lost when I said, oh, I lost health. That's because I'm rerolling like crazy and I'm losing health because of the rerolls, obviously. I had like 7 good runs by this point. I could have stopped at any of them, but baby, the train just keeps on going. So at this point, I should have gotten a stat upgrade, but I didn't. Oh, obviously because I don't have Soul Locket anymore, so there's no point in even checking it. See, like, there's a lot of moving parts to Isaac, and I can't promise that all of my decisions or what I say is gonna be technically correct, because, oh boy, right? Something as simple as, well, I forgot about my, I forgot that I'm actually re-rolling my items, and oops. Oops, indeed. I mean, I like this trial, I'll be honest, so let's just re-roll. Is this better? It feels better, because it shoots a little bit faster. There's a lot more of things going on, so I don't like it. It just feels very basic, like a basic run. It seems strong, but it still feels basic, so I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something extremely crazy. I mean, this is pretty crazy, but like I said, as soon as I lose the blood clotties, I'm gonna lose everything. Error, effect not found. I also want to unlock the planetarium, which requires me to have 3 zodiac signs at the same time. And that would be exciting to get. And I don't know what's in the planetariums. It just sounds cool. I know they're like some special items. I'm not sure how good they are. Maybe they're not very good at all, but I just want to unlock cool stuff. That's not a crime. I'll take it, and I can't take the Spirit Heart. So I'll just stick with my amount of blood clotties. I feel like this is too many blood clotties for any living person to survive or be comfortable with. So I feel like it's a good place to stop. For some reason, when I was talking about that, I reminded myself of clay pigeon shooting. And that was always a hobby, which seemed really interesting to me. Because, like, first of all, like, shooting guns in general, I see the appeal. Loud thing goes boom. It's exciting, right? Hunting animals, again, like, if it's necessary, if you're on a farm and there's something actively hunting your livestock, yeah, it's a necessary part of living, right? And in some cases they have to hunt to keep the populations down. I should have gone to the devil deal because there's no reason to skipping it, but it's whatever, don't worry about it. We don't make good plays here, we just make smart plays. Work smart, not good. I get it, but again, like, I wouldn't do it personally, right? That's what I'm trying to say. But now, clay pigeon shooting, it's basically like hunting. So target shooting, target practice, that feels a little bit. I mean, it's fine. I've actually tried to do some target practice shooting with an airsoft. To be fair, not an actual gun. I mean, in Slovenia, it's harder to come by an actual gun and shoot it. Like, it's not impossible. If you go to a shooting range, there's surely someone. You have instructors which are gonna walk you through the process or whatnot if you're interested. And that's cool. But yeah, I'm not like personally involved in that too much. But clay pigeon shooting, man, I remember like just strolling through the forest, where I used to live. There was a hunting lodge, and they would. I mean, obviously we're gonna do it. Okay, so whatever is happening now is something that I'm excited about, and especially because every time I press my button, everything lags, and I have 15 damage, and this seems genuinely fantastic. So I'll stick to it, and it's not like because like I have a choice, because I also lost my D4 in the process of re-rolling everything, of course. This is gonna be a fun time. So yeah, I remember just strolling through the forest there, and I remember fighting clay pigeons very often, and I was always excited to pick up a piece of a clay pigeon. So you're really saying I'm not gonna get Mega Satan in this shrine. I mean, that's just a slap in the face, honestly. Maybe I get that ski at some point, or maybe I need to beat Mega Satan to get that ski one time. That's just, honestly, like, if I was a little bit faster, at least maybe I could have gotten to Hush, maybe defeat Delirium. But I guess I'm just resigned to this. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, and I won't lose my mind over it. I had a mission. The mission was unsuccessful, but I didn't get hit the entire run. So, I think maybe I did. Who knows? I don't know. It's not like it's recorded and you can like replay the entire thing to check when I got hit, right? Whatever. But yeah, I do remember just strolling to the forest. I said that 5 times already, and I apologize, but I think it's required for me to keep the story going. So, with that said, I remember trolling through the forest and finding these clay pigeon pieces everywhere, and it was just always so exciting because I was like, what is this? And then I remember my dad or someone told me, oh, it's actually clay pigeons. And I was like, what? Pigeons are made of clay? It's like, no, that's just how they're called. It's like we call them the same here. They're just in Slovenian, right? I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I love birds. I love clay pigeons. They don't resemble a pigeon at all. And I remember being so excited to learn how they actually look like, and it's just a disc. I was like, oh, that's underwhelming. Why would you name it a pigeon? It doesn't even look like a pigeon. just looks like a disc. Just looks like a round object. I don't get it. But it turns out they're called clay pigeons, and that's great for people who made up the name. I know that the idea is that's because they fly. I mean they imitate flying, but why not call them clay birds or clay something else, not just pigeon? I don't know. It's just it doesn't make sense. Don't question the semantics of the situation. But collecting clay pigeon pieces, yeah, that brought me a lot of joy in my youth. Just forests in general, they do have a serene vibe to them, which you can just get lost in the forest, and it's just such a nice experience. It's such a nice feeling, I swear. If you're someone who's never been to a forest, and I assume there's a couple of people out there who've never been to a forest, you're missing out, honestly. Try to find someone who's willing to take you in a forest. Like, going to a forest, to some extent, is not dangerous. It doesn't require a ton of prep or whatever, but it's good to know the terrain at least a little bit, so you know just generally where you're located. If you get a little bit lost, you know where to exit, where to get out of the forest and whatnot. So it's a good idea to take someone who's at least a little bit experienced, so you don't end up just dying out there or getting eaten by a bear. I would recommend against that. And then I would lose a viewer, and they don't come in they don't come in let's say buckets. You guys are quite rare, so don't do it. If you're gonna go to forest, go with someone who's aware of who they're doing to some extent. It's gonna be a much nicer experience that way. Of course, provided you've never been before. Now, if you have been and you just haven't been in a while, what are you waiting for? Go collect some mushrooms, or just walk through the paths and just make some noise to scare the bears away. And when I say that, I actually mean it. When you're in a forest, you have to, I mean, not have to, but it's a good idea to make noise and just have a stick and just tap on trees as you go to scare the bears away, because they don't want to fuck with you and you don't want to fuck with them. It's as easy as that's a very, I would say, when you're in the forest, you're a visitor of the local wildlife. You're not an intruder. At least I don't see it that way. You're there to experience nature, and you're there to basically borrow the land from the animals. Or at least I think that's how you should approach it if you want to stay safe. And that's how it goes, right? The animals, they don't want to eat you. I mean, maybe some of them do, but they don't want to eat you specifically. They just want to eat something, right? And I'm pretty sure that you don't want to mess with any of that either. So, yeah, make a lot of noise when you go to the forest to scare the animals away, because they don't want to. If they hear something they're not used to, they're gonna run, and they're gonna run fast, and that way you're just gonna be safer. So there's a forest tip number 1. Also, watch for ticks. Ticks can be annoying. So just long sleeves, honestly. Don't go into tall grass. If you can get some insect repellent, put that on as well. I don't know why this turned into a Bear Grylls surviving with Bear Grylls metaphor, and most of all, I don't know why I am giving that advice, because I haven't stepped foot in a forest or any wildlife for the past 15 years. So really, all of this, what I've just said, don't even take it with a grain of salt. Just don't take it. Actually, you know what? Just don't go to the forest at all. Just don't listen to me. Just stay inside and watch videos. It's better for all of us. What was that dash? I didn't even know he could do that. The bosses keep surprising me. See, and this is what I said. Eventually, you're gonna start losing some of your Claudies, and it's gonna be... your DPS is gonna go down by a significant margin, and it's not gonna be good. Okay, so now we're in the dark room. And there's the Mega Satan door, which I can't open because I didn't get a single friggin' thing to... So annoying. Now, money equals power seems kind of good. 25 cents also seems... I'm just kidding. It doesn't seem good. Now, money equals... I think this is worth buying, but I think I'll leave the rest out. I didn't even know that can happen, actually. That's so cool. The fact that you get Devil Duel items now in the Dark Room. That makes it a little bit more interesting going down here. Because at least you're going to get something. It's not going to be a couple of red chests and a ton of spiders coming out of there. Which is what used to happen previously. Okay, destroy the widows. And we're gonna have a great time. Widows, widows, widows. I've always thought to myself, what makes... Is city life better or is village life better? Because I mean, it wasn't exactly a village, but it used to be a quainter place than where I am now. And especially once you go to the capital, which is... where I go every day because I work there. I would say there are benefits to both. I think people often think that being in the suburbs or living in somewhere where it's quieter is just... I mean, maybe it's mentally less taxing because it's just naturally more relaxing. And again, I'm rhyming like crazy. But being in the city has some real advantages. And I will say the biggest advantage is definitely just the ability to have, say, access to healthcare. Like wherever you go, there's just a doctor waiting for you. If you're not a person who's sick often, you might not understand the fear of being stranded somewhere without doctors. But for sure that's a benefit. The fact that you can just go to a restaurant or just order something to eat and it's right where you are. The comfort of living in a city is real. Having a ton of grocery stores everywhere you go, just food, it's fantastic as well. Just having things available to you or close to you is just useful, right, in general. So, but of course, that comes with its downsides. And the downsides of living in the city is definitely a busier life, definitely a lot more things you have to kind of worry about on a daily basis. The air is terrible, and the air has a terrible effect on us. Yes, I cannot describe this, but every single time I go somewhere higher, because all the bad air falls to the ground because it's heavier, because it has little dust particles in it and other dirt and other just disgusting things that reside in it, right? But every time I go to a higher place, like say hike a hill or just move upwards, it's the difference in how I feel is unrealistic. And that just, I feel air quality, or maybe it's more mental or whatever. Maybe my primitive brain feels better. I always forget he has that attack. Maybe my primitive brain feels better with unfiltered natural air to some extent. Maybe some of it is just socially, psychologically imbibed within me. But it does feel better. So again, if someone who's never been on a hill or outside a city, dude, I recommend it. And I know that's not possible everywhere because some cities and some countries just don't have elevation or even many forests. But Slovenia is nice in that regard because we have forests, we have canyons, we have rivers. Honestly, a great place to visit once this whole COVID thing blows over. You just come here and just have a nice time, dude. Okay, so I don't know if my usage there... I should have obviously used it a couple more times, but the Dark Hole, I love it. It's such a fantastic good item for keeping some of these enemies at bay. Now, I'm not sure if... how this fight is gonna go. I think I should theoretically be able to beat the lamp. I mean, not theoretically, I should be able to beat the lamp. Because I do a lot of damage, and my revenge fly is gonna do its business. And I've played against this guy a lot of times, and especially with the halo, which reflects stairs back, it's gonna work great. But yeah, I lost basically all of my clotties already, and that feels really bad. I only have one clottie left, the one remaining champion. Who's gonna protect this earth from evildoers such as the lamb? Well, I mean, nothing I can do there, right? I mean, I could have dodged, and I didn't. But when I got hit, it was already too late. Please, just die. Oh my god, thank you. Would I like to do a victory lap? No, I don't think so. I forgot there's victory laps in this game. Golden God, I just unlocked that. Is that because I didn't get hit on the floor? No, but I got hit against the boss, so that makes no sense. I don't know. Anyway, we got to the end of it. It was a nice little episode, a very classic one, even if it didn't get to my intended goal, which was, like I said, Mega Satan, to unlock some new cool pills. But still, I had a lot of fun. It was just nice talking about the forest a little bit. I miss this. I'll record more in the near future. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you had a fun time. And hopefully I'm gonna see you next time. Goodbye.